I need to review them and cut them, of course. But let's see. This is kind of a strange name for a game, the Misanthropic Girl. Like it's a bit of a weird name for a game. Like, oh wow, that's a super low res background there. Look at that. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. That actually looks pretty bad. You even see like these colors here. Let's go straight to settings first. Oh, this is a really nice looking menu. Do I see a little bit of weird color shifting there? Let's see. Auto settings, background loading, chromatic aberration. It looks like you can't turn this off. There's chromatic aberration on this text as well. Anti-aliasing. Let's just leave that on just FX. But it's nice that there's actually full options here. Desync is on by default. Nice. Okay. That's a good default volume. It's not maxed out. It's kind of middling. And not everything's maxed out here. Just pressing escape to go back. Oh, I forgot to click language. And everything's frozen. Maybe. It's just loading or something. Pick a slot. I don't need to pick a slot, I think. This isn't really necessary when starting a new game. Ooh, that's a nice loading screen icon. There's a little bit of a curvature there. There's definitely a lot of pausing.
戯れにあれば全てはいい。私はそう思う。
Ah, that's a lot of stutter. Director Hojo Nishiki. Jeez, the bloom. So much bloom. That text is mirrored. Writer, programmer, and 2D 3D art. So this is made by one guy. Cutscene director, also the same guy. Okay, level designer, concept artist, also the same guy. Okay, so like when is that really necessary? Like you could put your name repeatedly just to emphasize that it's made by one guy, but like you didn't need to do that. It's okay. You don't need to put all that like there. It's okay. Hasugami, first school. Really nice establishing shots. First school though? I think that's a bit of a janky, a bit of a rough translation. Open. Click. Ohayo gozaimasu.
私の席ってあれ。月崎さんですよね。多分一番後ろです。窓側の。あれ月崎さんじゃん。誰なの？急に来たけど。中学同じで、その頃からずっと不登校だったの。不良すぎ。何しに来たんだろうね。
There's a lot of film grain. There's an incredible amount of grain in this. models here aren't super advanced. Makes me kind of think of a PS3 game, to be honest. When indoors, the camera does not follow behind the character, but instead is fixed in one position. Directions used are relative to the camera. Wow, the amount of filtration here. I wonder if this game is kind of also trying to evoke like the PS3 era or the PS2 era. I mean, the whole fixed camera angle thing is definitely like a sign. Space talk.
もう高校1年目も終わりか。2年後には受験だな。
まだ気が早いですよ。あれは月崎さん？
今日うちのクラスに来たやつだな。
Ooh,
知り合い
first
なのか？
name, surname in
そういうわけでは。
Japanese audio.
中学は一緒だったんですが、顔を見たのは 2,3 回だけで。
Maybe off a bit.
なんか面白そうだし、ちょっと話しかけてこようかな。
The turning is not snappy. Yeah, okay, so turning in place is not snappy, like I'm just trying to go left and right. Yeah, so doing a 180 is a bit off.
はじめまして。同じクラスの羽沢亮だ。よろしく。
あ、そう。
急に学校来るとかいろいろ珍しいなと思って。
気まぐれで来ただけ。
気まぐれか。出席日数大丈夫なのか？
足りてない。学校辞めるから関係ないけど。
そうなのか。
This subtitle shut off. There's something off about that, I think. It was going a bit too fast for one, but I wasn't keeping track of the dialogue.
どうでしたか？
よくわからん。変なやつだな。合同の体育だし、そろそろグラウンドでよ。
Do I really need quest complete? Where's my next class? I think the subs were mixed up. It was going a bit too fast for me to really keep track, but I think the lines were wrong. Do not be a drug. But yeah, I think something was off about it. I'm not 100% sure because it just went too fast. Meanwhile, I can't hear anything. But I don't know. And everything turns into a persona. Yeah, so like if I... Okay. So, turning in place is not snappy. Like, he kind of turns around slowly. So if I just tap the opposite direction, he doesn't actually turn fully. So it's a little bit, I want to say, tanky. It's easier if I, Oh, it's dynamically changing between controller and mouse. That's cool. And shift is walk. Okay. I think I would like a T for interactive.
Did
I check the bindable controls? I don't think I did.
健康になれるかもしれませんよ。
この年齢で健康のことなんて考えるかよ。
Oh dear. Oh, she's dead. This needs music.
ヨミ
It
先
needs
生
to be like.
職員室呼んでこい
Where's Gatchaman when you need him? Oh. Nandake. Moshi moshi. Ooh, crashed. Oh my. Yeah. Rip in pieces. Steam is also frozen, actually. Oh, there we go. It's been released. Okay. So... Was this in Unity? It was in Unity. I thought it was Unreal. For some reason I thought it was Unreal, but it's actually in Unity. Let's try to start that up again. I wonder if I should give this 3 tries, like I did yesterday with that other game. But having it crash once is already a bit of a red flag, so... controls... Oh, there are no control rebindings. Okay. That's why I didn't notice that. So it looks like the UI is also a bit off. Like if I try to press escape, the cursor tries to go to back, but since my mouse is here, it's actually trying to stick. A little bit of a UI bug there. I think having tank controls would be nice.
もう高校1年目も終わりか2年後には受験だな
まだ気が早いですよ。あれは月崎さん？
なんか面白そうだし
Let's
ちょっ
skip
と話
every
しかけてこ
line,
ようかな
it looks like. Let's look at this dialogue again, that was throwing me off.
はじめまして同じクラス
I
の
just
旗
felt
割り
that
だ
that's wrong.
よろしく
It's a wrong line.
そう
急に学校来るとかいろいろ珍しいなと思って
気まぐれで来ただけ。
気まぐれか出席日数大丈夫なのか
足りてない。学校辞めるから関係ないけど。
そうなのか
All of those, I think most, if not all of those lines were wrong.
どうでし
よくわからん変なやつだな
That's right.
合同の体育だしそろそろグラウンドでよ
That's also right. My Japanese isn't great. Like I can listen and recognize a chunk of dialogue, but like I'm not very great. Can't skip that. But I could tell straight away that that dialogue is broken. So I can't skip that. I'm actually... Oh, I can't press escape to... What's the pause button? Can I press start? Oh dear. Okay, so I can't actually escape to the menu.
Nah.
Let's see if it crashes in the same place. There we go. We've progressed onward somehow. Use lock on to keep your eyes on enemy and dodge. When do I get my Gatchaman transformation, I wonder? That's what this makes me think of, you know? Like Gatchaman crash. Oh!
戻りました。下がって。
お前何を
Ooh! The school delinquent is shooting.
あの力は身の毛がよだちますよ。ハサバさん。
Violence? Dodge with skills, casting and attacks. Okay. Aces dodge. Elemental skill ice spike. I think I would like a slightly faster running speed. Not really strong sound effects on impact here. I like the dodge cancelling. I think there's a really fast dodge
月崎
response
その
there.
力は一体何なんだてかヤオミお前職員室に向かったんじゃなかったのか先生はいなかったのか
職員室の中にも化け物がたくさんいて、そこから逃げようとしたところを月崎さんに助けていただいたんです。
私は化け物を倒してただけ。
どのみち助かりました。それでそのままこちらにお連れしたんです。
一度町に誰かいないか確認しに行った方がいいかもな。
じゃあ私近くのコンビニまで行ってみる。
一旦僕らは僕らで状況の把握と他の方々の統率に努めましょう。できることをやらないと。
そうだな。
Okay, cut to black. Not sure about this music.
なるほど。
Maybe I think it needs better music. Oh, now I can access my menu. Now I can access my menu. Okay. Yeah, I'm just using this to fuck move faster. I'm like, I don't care if that's a realistic running speed or not. Like, it's okay to have a bit of unrealistic running speed. Jump over. Go to the convenience store and check out the town. Pretty big world. I think the main issue with it is that is this graphics filter. Like there's just general, like it's almost as if the game's just running at a lower internal resolution. I wonder if that's an actual render. Like, I'm getting the impression that this is actually the game is actually intentionally rendering at a lower resolution.
暇つぶしにはなる。ふっ、シュッ、せや。ふっ、ふっ、シュッ、せや。ふっ、ふっ、シュッ、せや。今を歩く権利があるのか。
They need to heal. There's a white button? Yeah, so there's an issue with conflicting with the escape key and the mouse, isn't it? So there's no jump button, it's just a dash.
怪物よ。さあどうする。ふっシュッせや。ふっシュッふっシュッやふっふっふっふっ面倒な。
And death. You died. I wonder if these enemies are actually too tough.
暇つ
Well,
ぶし
it's
にはなる。
red, so it's obviously too tough. I'm probably meant to like level up a bit, but it's actually kind of too early in the game, I think. Yeah. Why am I already under leveled for a really simple beginning task? Can you scroll me up on it?
終わりにする。試練。ふっふっシュッ決める。ふっシュッせや。
Oh, there's another meter instead of just the icon on the bottom left for recharge. And I'm regenerating health.
決める。ふっシュッふっシュッせや。ふっシュッせや。ふっ
And death. Okay. Let's I think that's enough. Oh, what? That's a weird thing. That's a weird UI there. Okay. For the left and right buttons. Okay. It is taking a while to close. It's kind of frozen there. So this is the last demo of the day, and then over the next few days I'll probably be moving these. This is taking a while to close. For the next few days I'll put these up on YouTube, unless you're already watching this on YouTube. If you are, then hello. Please subscribe, and I don't know, Patreon or something like that. Be sure to check my Patreon. I think something I need to comment here is that this is made by one guy. Like, this is a pretty good. I think this is a pretty interesting, pretty good attempt for mainly made by one guy. That said, on a technical level, I think there's something a lot wrong with it. There weren't any keybind options. You couldn't turn off some graphic options. You couldn't turn off chromatic aberration. And I was really just wondering what was going on with that low resolution, because I don't think that was intentional. Yeah, that low internal resolution just seemed off. Couldn't find a way to turn it off. I think this is like an early prototype. Like, it feels like there's an inkling of something more here, but it's not really ready yet, you know. Like I've seen some screenshots as well, and it's like I'm not really sure if it's like totally ready, especially with that translation. There was something off with the lines, so yeah. Yeah, I think there was like some issue with the visual and audio feedback in the combat. Feels like it's kind of trying to take some inspiration from like Final Fantasy 15 or something. For some reason I was thinking of that. Maybe it's just the font or something, but nothing wrong with that. Aside from the unusual resolution, which I'm kind of put off by, I'm actually kind of liking the art style. Like it's not super high budget. The fact that I don't know how he's made all these assets, but it's pretty consistent looking. Like it makes me think of a PS3 game. I mean that kind of fidelity, and it's pretty impressive that a single guy made this. But I'm just not sure if that low resolution is like an art choice or an actual technical problem with the internal resolution, because I did crash, and I did have stuttering issues. Like it, if it doesn't show up in other people's playthroughs or in testing for like on the developer side or something, then it's one of those cases that's hard to detect because that might actually be shader pre-caching. I'm just going to put that out there in case that is a possible reason. I'm kind of thinking of like how and this is why I start the game up during the stream. Like this is one of the reasons why I start the game up during the stream, because there are some things that come up only when the game starts up for the first time, and one of those things is shader pre-caching. One recent example, which skewed a lot of reviews for PC, is the Final Fantasy VII remake, where benchmarking was a little bit deceptive because a lot of people complained about the stuttering, which didn't show up in benchmarks, and the reason for that is because people were starting the game up for the first time, and it was stuttering a lot because of that first time pre-caching. And the benchmarks, like they already played through the game multiple times and started the game up multiple times, so all the shader pre-caching was already there. And first impression counts. First impressions count, unfortunately, and that's like something that's difficult to measure. It's entirely possible that me crashing and starting the game up again is actually the reason why I could continue onward. But you know, that is something I cannot diagnose in the kind of short-term review that I try to do here. I didn't really have any particular problem with the amount of time I spent playing for the game, but I kind of wish that I just kind of wish there was a bit more plot moving me forward. And there was an issue with the enemies being difficult. Like I just died there, so not really great there, to be honest. I didn't really progress that far. It's just one fight. And I think that's generally just an issue with the gameplay loop more than anything else. But you know, I played enough to get a glimpse of what the game is potentially going to be like, so that's, you know, I'm kind of satisfied with that. But at this current point, I'm not really sure about whether the game's even good or not. Like it certainly looks interesting, especially with a Japanese setting. You don't really see a lot of that. Like just a straight up contemporary, like Japanese town. Yeah, unfortunately I just didn't really see any potential. Like it was a pretty slow beginning of story. I think it lingered a bit too long there. And I only got a really small glimpse of what combat was like, and I could see something, but it wasn't enough. You know, like I could see the potential. Am I repeating? Did I just repeat that point? I think I may have. Oh well. So yeah, that's generally my opinion on this. I'm also not really sure about the name of the game. Like it's focusing on the girl as well. Like isn't like this game, like according to the Steam page, it does say that you actually play 2 characters. So it didn't really like do a lot of setup on that respect. Like it, yeah. So not entirely sure there. And that's, I think that's my general feelings on this. It's honestly just kind of like even with all of those issues, I think it's just really impressive that this is actually like a one-man job, and that's hard. You know, that's hard to do, especially for something of this graphical fidelity that they're aiming for. And hopefully it'll turn out well. You know, it needs more work, especially the translation was off. It wasn't terrible, but there were some issues with just the lines being wrong. I kind of wonder if like I kind of wonder who's actually working on it, like because I don't think there was anything wrong with the translation per se, but there was that issue with the lines just straight up being wrong relative to the Japanese dialogue. And well, maybe that's actually a bug. I don't know. Like, if either that's like it could be a bug or it could be an issue with the translation documents. Who knows? But it is something worth pointing out. I guess it's just lucky that I was able to notice that. You know, like I said, my Japanese isn't great, but I can detect that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure on saying if I'm not 100% sure on whether the game overall is like super amazing. Like I don't know about putting it there or there. Not 100% sure, but I'll put that there. This is just an abstraction of my opinions anyway. Like it's so. That's it. That's it for today. Let's spin the wheel one more time. Oh wait, it's blank. Never mind.